Project Art Circle's new guest is Nigerian artist Damilola Ajegbomogun. Hello, Damilola Acebomoqun.
Yes, I'm Damilola Ajegbomogun.
Hello, how are you today?
Hello, I'm fine.
My first question is, who is the artist Damilola Ajegbomogun? Let's speak about yourself.
I'm Damilola Ajegbomogun, a Nigerian contemporary, young, specialized in impressionism, romantic impressionist. And then I based in Ogun State here in Nigeria.
Okay, has anyone helped you reveal your talent, or did you discover this talent on your own?
I would say my parents helped me reveal my talent. I was in my college days, and then I was thinking of a course to do, and my dad realized that I can draw and paint, so asked me to go for drawing, for painting. So he's basically the one that assisted me in my drawings, and then which I'm doing now for a very long time now. I'm being into painting. So generally, my dad is more of my motivation.
Okay.
My father, I mean.
Okay. Are you also interested in other branches of art besides painting, or just only painting?
I work too more in adire. That's more on clothes, on fabric. But most especially, I specialize more in painting.
What inspired you to pursue painting?
Oh, what inspired me to paint is more of I got a feelings for human beings, and then I realized that I got attention into human feelings and emotions. So basically, that is what I think that inspired most of my works. In most of my works, I focus more on human expression, feelings, emotions, the way we feel. And I think the world is more of you expressing yourself, your emotional feelings to the world. And then maybe they'll be able to understand what you're trying to pass across to the world. So basically, my inspiration was got from human beings and then people around me, my environment.
How would you characterize your style?
I'll characterize my style as, to me, as a romantic impressionist, because in the sense that I do more of the way I used my brush strokes are more dramatic and looking more romantic, in the sense that I had to blend out the edges of my painting, of the work I'm doing, of the subject matter. So to have a more of feelings in it, softening the edges, to have more feelings and giving more attention to the viewers. Thank you.
What are your favorite subjects to paint and why?
Now, my favorite subject to paint is more figure painting, and then most especially instruments, musical instruments. I love music. So music inspires me more too. So I use figures, human figures, and then their expression. So in my painting, I focus more on the expression, the idea, the feelings than the idea. Thank you.
How any artists inspired you all over the world?
Okay, artists that inspired me more, there are a lot. But once I find my favorite artist, in which I love his color scheme, and then try to blend with it, and coming out with a positive response in my painting. So I have to blend with his color scheme and go. Suits my. So one of the artists that inspired me is Bolaji Ogunwo. In his you can check him on Instagram. Bolaji Ogunwo is one of my lecturers back then in school. So in his works, he used more vibrant colors and he lay more emphasis on the light source. The vibrant colors, light, thick layers of colors on the canvas. So I think though I don't paint like him, but he's one of a kind that really inspired my heart. Inspired my heart in terms of colors, light, shade, and the contrast. Thank you.
Great. What kind of process do you go through while transforming your emotions and energy into painting?
The kind of process I go through is, at first, if I want to start paint, I make sketch of it on my sketch pad. Then I have a little time and pause and then study more on the subject. And then how to represent it different from the photograph is one of the most important things in my work. Thank you.
What emotions do you try to convey in your paintings?
The emotion I intend to convey is the mood to me. The mood, the feelings that arose in it. Thank you.
Do you have any upcoming paintings series planned? Or have you got any paintings?
Yes, I have upcoming series. Basically, I'm working on an art piece, mastery. I uploaded some of it on my Instagram page, which I'm working more on a series of it. So mastery is more, to me, is like a young man who intended to learn and trying to be sovereign in his learning without any external interference. So the message there to the world is that no matter what you are doing in life, always be determined and focused. That is more of, I use the subject matter as the man playing the piano, then learning the note before playing the piano. So in life is a stage. You have to move from a place to a place. So that's basically intentions in my paintings. Thank you.
What techniques do you use? Have you got special techniques?
Yes, I use more. Though I work on wet first. I leave it to dry for a while. Then the techniques I use in painting is more of the brushes, the flow of the canvas and the surface of my painting. Creating a kind of dramatic interfuses with it. Thank you.
What colors dominate your artworks and why?
I use more of a dominant color. Before I paint, I decide on a dominant color which I want to use. So if it is red, then I find the complement. I find the complement of it, and then fuses it with the other colors, and then having a more harmonious colors. So I don't use much colors on my painting. I have a dominant of probably 2 colors if I want to use, and I use the complements with it. Thank you.
What does red mean for you?
Oh, yeah, red color to me is more like a feelings. Red color to me is like an intention that creates a feelings in my work. That is, I realize that red colors tends to draw attention of the viewers. So I find it more interesting than any other color. Thank you.
Okay. How do you combine emotions and colors? Isn't it difficult?
Emotions. Emotions to me is in the mind of the artist. So before a painting is carried out, the artist already have the idea in his mind. So deciding the colors, how to blend, how to flow along with the emotions. Thank you.
It's necessary to give importance to meticulousness while painting.
To painting, yeah. It's important, though. Like I said earlier, I don't, in my paintings, I don't really focus more on the rules. I focus more on my intention, the way I want this painting to be. I move away from the copying the photorealism. I had to bring it down to pen, to bring it to my state, That is the way I think painting should be expressed. Thank you.
Okay. What can you say about the painting relationship between the artist and nature?
Yeah, that has to do with the artist himself, has to do with the environment he finds himself, reflects in his works.
Okay. Can you explain the philosophical and aesthetic meaning of your work?
Okay, the philosophy and aesthetic meaning of my artwork. Yeah, the philosophy of my work is the idea, I think, is the idea. And the aesthetic there is the way I'm able as an artist to capture the feelings, the mood, the emotion, so as to communicate to the viewers and the mind of the artist. Thank you.
Okay. To what extent is your imaginary and fantastic world reflected in your artworks?
Yeah, the imaginary there is before I start paint and I conclude and I digest every idea which I want to paint in the mind. I already have a clue of what I want to paint in the mind already. The whole painting is done in the mind. And then before I pass it on to the canvas to me is more, passing it into the canvas, onto the canvas is more like you voguing out your imagination. Voguing out your imagination. Thank you.
Yeah. Can you tell us about the symbolic level of your paintings? Have you got symbolic level, symbolic figures?
Symbol. No, the symbolic is the Black African, because I'm a Nigerian, so I've worked more on the Black figure, which I see Black stands as a symbol of beauty and then absence. That is, Africans carry more of emotions and feelings.
Okay. Do you think digital art is killing the main art? What do you think about this?
Okay, digital art. Okay. Yeah, to me, digital art is on its own. And while painting is also on its own. So to me, digital art is more of a, digital art is like using a system to create an artwork. But while painting is more of the artist's mind and the canvas. So that tends to subject more feelings than the digital art. Thank you.
Okay. Which art movement have you never been influenced by?
The art movement is romantic impressionist. Now, I study some artists. One of the artists, Vincent Van Gogh, I think, is more of a romantic impressionist, and then he tends to express the way he feels in his work than copying photorealism. Thank you.
Okay. So how do you feel when a painting is finished?
Oh, I feel when a painting is finished to me, as if I'm working and finish a painting, I feel I've expressed, I've feel free a burden in me, because if it's like you having a water in your mouth and you pouring a water in your mouth and you didn't swallow it, you just keep it in your mouth. So it's more like a burden. So if I finish a painting, it's more like I'm so happy, like I've expressed my feelings, the way I feel. I've expressed it on the canvas. There's another work is done, and then I'm done with it. Thank you.
Okay. What do you think is the secret of art, and especially your art?
I don't think there is a secret. I just express my mind. I just express the way I feel, my emotion to the world. There's no special secret about it. It's just an expression. Thank you.
Okay. Can you tell us about Nigerian art? What themes or genres are most favorite on Nigerian paintings or Nigerian art?
I don't, like I said earlier, the theme is more of figure of Black African art. So before I paint, I go to newspaper, to journals, I read too. And I go on research before I start painting. Thank you.
What distinguishes Nigerian art from others?
Yeah, the special part of my heart is the mood. Yeah, the mood. That's distinguished, and the mood and the fuses of the brush blending into one another. That distinguishes my heart. Thank you.
What can you say about this project?
The project is a great idea to me. Yeah, it's a great idea because it tends to help contemporary artists, young artists, to be able to express and showcase themselves to the world, whereby to meet more collectors and art buyers. It's a great idea to me. It's a great idea. Thank you.
Thank you again. I wish you success in your creative activity. Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You're welcome.